Hi guys, sorry I'm a little bit late with this, but it's been a busy birthday weekend for me. This is Dazzie's 1 week later comic book recaps. It's episode 13, and today I'm discussing books that were released on the 27th of February 2019. Wasn't the biggest of weeks, but we got a few books to discuss. And the first of those is the Action Comics issue 1008. This is the Jeff DeCal variant. Pretty sweet looking Superman cover. Now this was a book that sold out quite well online. A ton went quickly, but despite the quick sales, there's no real love on the secondary market. And this is pretty much a cover price book still, averaging around $3.99, and that's not even including shipping. You're better off finding those in your local shop if you can make it worth your while. If you've missed out, or buy multiple books from the same seller to combine the costs and make it worth your while a little bit. Another DC book, and probably for me the best book of the week, was this one, and I missed out on it, and I'm a little bit annoyed with myself, but then again I am trying to stay away from the newer books. This is Old Lady Harley, issue number 5, and the reason this one's getting a lot of heat, I believe it is the first appearance of Joker and Harley's son. So a pretty nice first appearance coming with that book. So we've got, like I say, there was Old Man Joker was in it, and there was Joker Jr. And this got speculators scrambling for the issues. This quickly became a solid $20 book online, but most recent sales have put it around the $15 range. But there's still one or two still flirting towards that $20 range. It's definitely a book to grab out in the wild if you can find them. It's a nice flip, and it's possibly a good long-term hold if the new characters stick around and remain popular amongst the DC fan masses. Now, I picked up a second copy of Naomi, issue number 1, in my last haul. Now, the second print has just come out, and this is also getting quite a bit of heat. This is the second printing. Red top. I think the other one has a white top. Like I say, it hit a lot of shelves, but it's still a cover price book on the secondary marketplace. The first printing, though, is doing, like I said, very, very well. And it is now a $15 to $20 book for most sold listings. If you can grab those Naomi's, a second printing won't be too bad, but it's the number one you want. There are a lot of Bendis fanboys out there and girls who still love his work, and the Naomi character has been really showcased and is going to be a big player going forwards. Now we move on to Marvel, and the only Marvel book worth mentioning is Marvel Comics Presents issue number 2. And this is a 1 in 50 incentive. And this is a Gerald Perel Wolverine cover. There we go. Nice looking book. Like I say, not a lot of shops would have had this because it was a 1 in 50. But somewhere had them around the $50 opening buys, but on average they're now up to around the $70 mark, with one peaking at $79 at an auction that ended, and another recently has ended at around 61. So it's fluctuating, but if you could get that for under 50, there is a few dollars to be made. Like I say, none of my LCSs ever get the incentives in, the big books. Sometimes you get a 1 in 10, but the 1 in 50 is not so much. It's one to watch, that book. But unless something special happens in the issue, which nobody has heard about as yet, I think this was in a normal Marvel ratio variant fizzle. Over time it'll lose more value than it'll gain. But if you can get it, like I say, under 50 and you can flip it early, there's a few bucks to be made. And then finally, I'm just going to talk about the one real nice book from the independent and small publishers, and that was this one. issue 1 of Honor and Curse from Mad Cave Comics. A lot of sold listings, but there's still plenty available on the secondary market. I got this for £4 online from Forbidden Planet. There was one in my LCS, but it was dinged up. These have sold anywhere between 10 and 20 and reaching as high as $25 on a few occasions. It's sold out at most retailers that I've checked, and like I say, it is going to be a nice pickup. Tread carefully though, because a lot of these indie books, they can fizzle out quickly if you do find them. So check online to see if there's any movement and make sure you're not wasting your time. There were 34 listings as I read this out. So that's the books. My bronze medal this week, well, that will have to go to the Action Comics 1008, I believe. Even though it didn't do too much, I do think this might have some spec down the line due to that pretty sweet cover. My silver medal goes to Honor and Curse, issue number 1 from Mad Cave Comics. And of course, there's no doubt about it, the gold this week, or sorry, of that week, went to Old Lady Harley, issue number 5, first Joker Jr. That's it. That's a wrap. That's Daz. Over now. Bye for now.